Welcome to the new session of additive manufacturing. So by this time we are able to know what is additive manufacturing. We had an introduction of additive manufacturing. In this new session we will be able to understand how additive manufacturing has evolved over the past these years, and next we will be having a distinction between additive manufacturing and a CNC machine. Then later we will give a look on the advantages and disadvantages of additive manufacturing. Let's know the definition of additive manufacturing. Additive manufacturing refers to a process by which digital 3D design data is used to build the components in layers by depositing material. According to the ASTM standard from the International Committee F42 for Additive Manufacturing Technology, it states that it is a process of joining materials to make objects from 3D model data, usually layers upon layers, as opposed to a subtractive manufacturing methodology such as traditional machining. Evolution of additive manufacturing. We can look at the historical development of additive manufacturing in a variety of different ways. The origins may be difficult to properly define, and there was certain activities, quite a lot happening in the 1950s and 60s for the development. But development associated with technologies like computers, lasers and controllers caught up with this concept in the early 1980s also. While earlier work in Japan is quite well documented, proving that this concept would have gathered there. But it was the patent by Charles Hull that is generally recognized as the most influential, since it gave rise to the 3D System company. And this is the first company to commercialize AM technologies with stereolithography apparatus. Knowing the evolution of additive manufacturing, in this picture you can see the first 3D printer developed by Charles Hull in the 1980s. So he was the one who coined the term stereolithography, and he founded the 3D systems in 1986. In this picture you can see Charles Hull standing next to a latest 3D printers, that is SLA 7000. So under the SLA series, this is the 7000 series machine where the product has been prepared here, and you can see the CAD file uploaded here, and next to that you can see the completed product coming out. Furthermore, patents came along in 1986, resulting in 3 more companies getting developed. The first one is the Helicis, which formed the Laminated Object Manufacturing System. Cubital with their own solid ground curing, that is SGC. And DTM developed the SLS process, that is Selective Laser Sintering process. And it is quite interesting to know that neither Helicis nor Cubital exist anymore. The selective laser sintering remains a commercial process, with DTM merging with 3D systems in 2001. In 1989, Scott-Cum patented the FDM process, forming a company as Stratasys. Also in 1989, a group of students and professors from MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology patented the 3D printing system, that is 3DP process. Next. Rather than forming a company, the MIT group licensed 3DP technology to a number of different companies who applied different ways to form different applications of their AM technology. Out of that, the most successful company was the Z Corp company, which focused on having a low-cost technology in the market. Simultaneously, inkjet technology got employed where it was able to deposit material directly onto the substrate, where the material hardens and becomes the part itself rather than just becoming as a binder. So Sanders were the one which started to develop this process in 1994. Objet company also used this technique to print photocurable resin in a droplet form in 2001. There have been numerous failures and successes in AM history also. Let's see the AM evolution and material development on a fishbone diagram. So under this fishbone diagram, we can see the evolution started from 1980s and going ahead now also. So the first AM system, that is stereolithography SLA system, developed by 3D System in 1987. Simultaneously, the first generation acrylic resin commercialized by 3D System. And during the period 1990 to 1995, printers based on new technologies got introduced. Simultaneously, in the same era, we can see new resins developed and got commercialized for used in wide ranges of 3D printers. During 1995 to 2000, there was a stream of new low-cost AM systems development happening in and around the world. Like Japan, United States and Germany started to develop low-cost AM systems. Then technology advancement not only stopped there, but it increased its adaptation into automotive, aerospace and medical industries also. This was found from the year 2000 onwards. Simultaneously, materials got developed to withstand tougher conditions, focusing on developing capabilities to the process of new materials, mainly in composite and metals. So this is how the AM evolution and material development has been taking place simultaneously. Distinction between AM and CNC machining. So let's know the difference between a CNC machining and a 3D printing. A AM or additive manufacturing shares the same DNA with a computer numerical controlled machine, that is CNC. Moreover, CNC is also a computer based technology that is used to manufacture products. In case of CNC, we are having the subtractive technique. So we remove the material. In case of additive manufacturing, we add the material, or the material is going to be added on the substrate or on the build part layer by layer. Here the material is removed by cutting or forming using the tool. But here we don't have the tool coming in direct contact with the material. Let's see the distinction between a AM and a CNC machine. In the figure A, we see the material in a form of a block or a blank. So this material which comes from the ore, or it comes from the foundries in a form of a roll or in the form of a block. This is going to be fed into the subtractive manufacturing setup, or in case of a CNC machines. So under the CNC machining, we do the multiple operation like drilling, milling and turning operation. After that we get a object which is similar to this one, that is a 3D object. So in this 3D object, it has undergone the milling as well as the drilling operation. Then we get the wastage. This is the wastage of the removed material. So out of the removed material, we get this wastage in the form of a chip, burr. Okay. In case of additive manufacturing, the material we get will be in the form of a powder. So from the furnaces, from the ore, whatever material we get, it is going to be processed, finely crushed using the ball mills, and then it is going to be converted into fine powder or in the form of a reel. Then the material is supplied to the additive manufacturing plant, where the material gets deposited in a layer by layer form, either by a selective laser sintering or a stereolithography, or by the fused deposition modeling using the filament. Then we get the product in the form of the 3D object. As it is using the building technique, so it is going to build layer by layer, one layer at a time. So only a limited wastage is seen here in case of additive manufacturing. This wastage is from the support or sacrificial layers which are going to be removed after post processing or after the finishing work has been done. So this wastage is very limited when compared to a CNC machine. So from this diagram we can see that there is huge amount of energy wastage happening right from the beginning in the material stage to the last finished stage, that is here. But in case of additive manufacturing, we see the material is very limited and the wastage is also less. The product whatever we are going to get in case of both, that is in case of a AM machined project and the CNC machine project, both are having the same dimensions, but this is having more energy consumption, this is having less energy consumption. To tell you about energy consumption, here the material has to come from the foundries or from the ores. So it has to go through the foundries as well as from the forging units if they have to be converted, and they have to be converted into a raw material to the required dimension, that is a blank or a block. Here such thing is not required. So bigger foundries and forging units are going to be having get eliminated in case of additive manufacturing. And during the subtractive, we require the jigs and fixtures, and we require different tools for operating. But here the tool is eliminated, or the contact of the tool with the workpiece is very limited. So like this we can have many more distinction between AM and CNC machine, which we are going to learn further. Let's add some more distinction between a AM and CNC machining. On the left hand side we can see a CNC machining starting with a block of material which is called as a blank, and it is cutting away the material to create a finished part. To do this we use the cutters and tools to bring it to the definite shape. The advantage of using CNC machine includes a greater dimensional accuracy as well as compatibility with materials. On the right hand side, we can see the additive manufacturing technique, which involves parts being created layer by layer using materials such as plastic filaments, resins, metal powders, using different techniques like FDM, SLA, SLS and SLM. Here the source of energy is either laser or it is heat extruded. Layers of these materials are solidified to form a finished product. The advantage of using 3D printing is it includes freedom of shape. So you are having the liberty of preparing materials or preparing the product of different shapes. Application wise, it is applied in many sectors and they provide good accuracy, speed and ability to cut the cost and weight in the parts also. Let's make a distinction of CNC and AM on the front of material. CNC machines can be used for soft materials like medium density fiberboard, machinable foams, machinable wax and even on small polymers. CNC uses soft materials for preparing and which has undergone multiple stage processes like casting also. When we are using CNC machine to make a final product, it works particularly very good for hard and relatively brittle materials like steel and other metal alloys to produce high accuracy parts with well-defined properties. On the other side, AM technology was originally developed for polymeric materials, waxes and paper laminates. Subsequently, there has been introduction of composite materials, metals and ceramics also. Some AM parts in contrast may be having voids and or they are anisotropic, whereas CNC parts will be normally more homogeneous and predictable in quality. Speed. Under CNC, high-speed CNC machining can generally remove material much faster. In additive manufacturing, AM machines add a similar volume of material. Under CNC, machines require considerable step up and process planning, particularly as parts become more complex in their geometry. Whereas AM technology can be used to produce parts in a single stage or in one go. CNC is likely to be a multi-stage manufacturing process requiring repositioning, relocation of the parts within one machine or maybe using one or more machines. Using CNC machine, the same process may take weeks together. Whereas in case of AM, to make a part, we use a single machine or it may take a few hours of time to complete the part. Complexity. Under complexity, we see that CNC is being used to create parts directly in a single piece. When there are some geometrical features which are complicated, then it becomes difficult to get it fabricated. For example, here this bolt which is having external thread and there are through holes for cooling and there are holes at the top also. So in one go or creating a part in CNC becomes difficult. If the geometrical complexity is higher, then AM takes the advantages over CNC. When coming to the machine tool, we see that this tool has to be carried on the spindle, and there are certain constraints of accessibility and clashing of the tool taking place with the workpiece or the work holder. AM process are not constrained in the same way as a CNC. Internal features, undercuts can be easily built without specific planning. Certain parts cannot be fabricated until and unless they are broken or break open, and the components again need to be reassembled in the later stage in case of CNC. But in case of AM process, we can make the product in one go or in one machine itself. Accuracy. The accuracy of CNC machines, on the other hand, is mainly determined by the similar position resolution along all the three orthogonal axes and by the diameter of the rotary cutting tools. There are factors that are defined by tool geometry like radius of internal corners, but wall thickness can be thinner than the tool diameter since it is a subtractive process. Whereas AM machines generally operate with a resolution of a few tens of microns. It is common for AM machines to have a variable resolution along different orthogonal axes. But in both the cases, very fine detail will also be a function of the properties for the built material. Geometry. In CNC machining, surfaces must normally be generated in a 3D space with simple geometries like cylinders, cuboids, cones, etc. In case of AM machining, it is essential to break up a complex 3D problem into series of simple two-dimensional cross sections with a nominal thickness. Complex geometry can become extremely difficult to produce with the CNC, even we have seen in 5-axis control machines. Undercuts, enclosures, sharp internal corners and other features can all fail if these features are beyond a certain limit. In AM way, the connections of surfaces in 3D is removed and continuity is determined by how close the proximity of one cross section is with the adjacent is seen. Program part. Determining the program sequence for a CNC machine can be very involved, including tool selection, machine speed setting, approach position and angle, etc. Many AM machines also have options that must be selected, but the range, complexity and implications surrounding their choices are minimal in comparison. Incorrect programming of a CNC machine could result in a severe damage to the machine and may even be a safety risk. The worst that is likely to happen in most AM machines is that the part will not be built very well if the program is not done properly. Coming to the summary of a distinction between CNC machining and AM. So we have categorized them on variables like operation, post operations, tools, CAD data, risk factor or errors, intricate features, end product operators, and nature of product. So we see that in CNC we happen to have simultaneous operations, but in AM the multiple operations can be done. Secondary machining and operations is required as a post processing. No or very minimum post process operation is needed. Different types of cutting and finishing is required in CNC. No such requirement in case of a AM. CAD data is required in case of CNC. CAD data in a form of STL is needed in case of a AM machine. CNC involves high risk factor. AM requires minimum risk, or it is on the lower side. Forming complex shapes or intricate features are to be limited in case of a CNC. Intricate features are easily built, no problem in executing them. Single pattern at a time, or the end product from the operator will be a single pattern. But here in AM, possibility of multiple patterns. Nature of the object or product will be in a form of a solid or a hollow pattern. Here also we can have a solid and a hollow pattern. Advantages of additive manufacturing. Additive manufacturing are used specifically to create visualization models for products that are being developed. Here is one example of a model product which has been developed. So models can be more helpful than drawings for understanding, because the intent of the designer when he is presenting his concept, it will be made through. Drawings are quicker and easier to create, but models nearly always required at the end to fulfill the validity of the design. So when a designer wants to validate it, he has to complete the model into a product, and a product has to come at a time, and it should have all the features what he wanted to inculcate into this one. So this additive manufacturing helps in bringing the product on time with the concepts and with details also. Initial purpose of additive manufacturing was simple model making. Here we can see a car model which has been scaled down, brought into a desktop size. Here, using a 3D printer, the CAD file has been transferred to this machine, and this 3D printer is able to prepare this simple model for making the concept understandable. But as time passed, so additive manufacturing technology developed as a material also, and it has brought one step ahead of giving good accuracy also. Overall, the quality of the output has improved, and it is getting formed, fit and functionable also. Hence, models are getting quickly employed into the supply chain or supply information, and telling us that these materials can get formed, fit, and they are functionally equally good. Increased design freedom has been the essential part of additive manufacturing when compared to conventional casting and machining. Lightweight structures are made possible either by use of lattice design or designing parts where material is only needed without other constraint. Here is one example of a 3D printed seat bracket with the proof of concept shown. Here we see there are 8 components which are getting assembled to one component. So the consolidation of 8 components into one component happening here. Therefore, a creative design of 150 designs into one part is going to be the answer here. Not only that, it is providing a component which is 40% lighter when compared to its previous method of manufacturing, and with reduction in material and better strength, it is giving a 20% higher, stronger and durability. Therefore, new functions or complex internal channels and several parts can be built in one go with additive manufacturing. The advantages of additive manufacturing in totality are: first one, the net shape capability helps in creating complex parts in one step only. Therefore, it is reducing the number of assembly operations such as welding and brazing. Next, it helps in elimination of tooling. Therefore, it shortens the production cycle time. Product comes out at a very fast rate or a rapid rate. But this process is recommended for a production of small parts in small series. Means the products should be at a limited size and they should be of a similar series of operations. They are quite energy efficient when compared to other conventional machining operations. Advantages of additive manufacturing. Let's go through some more advantages of additive manufacturing. First one is the design complexity and freedom. As we have seen that by having additive manufacturing technique or 3D printing technology, the designers are able to expand their product with having more levels of complexity, and it has given the freedom for the designers to impress easily have more visual effect projects. Then these applications are also being used in developing the material which are lighter and stronger than their previous predecessors. Next, speed. When it comes to the speed, we have seen that complex parts are getting converted into a product within a short duration of time, to mention in a few hours only. This has allowed limitations of earlier machines where human resource was needed for completion of the project also. Here we can see only one machine operator is needed for loading the data and feeding the material in a powder or a filaments part, and it starts after starting the process, finally he has to only see through that the finished product has been proper or not. Next, customization in design. Here we are finding that when a personalized product has to be developed on an individual level, the need was very limited in case of a conventional machining. But because of 3D printing, the process allows for mass customization. Means a customer comes with his own unique design, then it need not change the whole plant process setup. Only they can bring the one conceptual product in a single machine itself. Next, elimination of tooling. This additive manufacturing can also be called as a toolless type of a manufacturing. In industry manufacturing, we can see that low volume to medium volume production becomes costlier when we are going for small products, because we need to have all the tools for making the products. But as we are depending on the tool material, what will happen? We are only bound to have certain choices of tools. But because of this additive manufacturing, the elimination or a need of tool production or a need of many tools is going to be very less. Next, short production cycle time. So as it is going to be based on a very limited tool, we can see the product coming out from a conversion from raw material to finished product is very short. Means it gets finished in a couple of hours, hardly in 40 to 50 hours. So we can see that many products can be brought into the production cycle. Hence, the total cycle time of completing of a product can be reduced. Next, storage cost. As we have the raw material in a form of a powder or a filament, need not store them in a warehouses where we are going to store large volumes of raw material. So the material or storage area is going to be minimum, hence the inventory cost also is going to reduced. Sustainable and energy efficient. So as we have seen that 3D printing technology provides environmental efficiencies in terms of manufacturing process by utilizing much of its standards of creating less wastage, because we are bringing the process on a very smaller area. Large area is not required. Raw materials are not to be pre-processed. It can be brought into a powder or a filament form. Hence the energy for converting the ore or from the ore to converting into blank or a block or a briquette is going to be reduced. So it neither puts more energy, we are not providing more energy on making these raw material for feeding into the machine or getting the raw material in a processed form. So energy utilization on that particular part is going to be eliminated. The product will be coming in a very small size, and it will be having all the features whatever is needed, and the wastage of material is also very less when compared to our conventional machine. Hence it is quite energy efficient. Next, coming to the employment opportunities. So widespread use of these machines and technology will increase the demand for the designers who are designing complex parts and technicians who are going to use these machines and print or operate these machines. For them it will be helpful, and it will be creating a job for the people who are having who are needed of having a customized design. So there is a it creates a very good environment for the budding engineers to get involved and bringing out new concepts of manufacturing in the industrial line also. Let's discuss some of the disadvantages of additive manufacturing or limitations of additive manufacturing. First one is the accuracy. We have seen that 3D printing was mainly developed for having prototypes. So in the prototypes, need was from the designer to complete the product and find whether it is feasible and test its features. Hence, very limited area is required for the accuracy when compared to a conventional machining. In conventional machining, we are having the conventional machining operations like surface grinding, and we are having different operations of bringing it to a fine finished manner. So hence we are able to get quite good and precise products which can be assembled and fit. So hence, as it is developing on a layer by layer, in between the layers there are voids, or the bonding between the layers is not to that level when compared to a single product of a conventional machine. Next, support material. As I have told you that it is building the material layer by layer. So for the design which is having some holes, or it is having through holes, or the design which is having a cantilever type of a beam or overhanging, there we require some sacrificial layer or support material to build the product. Next, material cost. Here at present time, the initial material cost is very high, because the product which we are developing is using a raw material in a form of a powder or in a filament form. So these powder and filament cost is on a higher end. Material properties. When we work on the material property, when compared to a conventional machine and the additive manufactured machined product, the material properties of conventional machines are far better when compared to additive manufacturing, because in additive manufacturing it is exposed to more temperature because of the laser or the filament getting extruded in the heater. So there are some thermal stresses which are going to get induced into these products which are manufactured using these additive manufacturing. Patent and IPR issues. So the machines are been using different technologies. So to share their intellectual property into open market is one of the constraints which we find in case of additive manufacturing. Sharing of the technology or a patent transfer or technology transfer is one of the key part where the additive manufacturing is still in a infant stage, or it has to come into the open market for every persons to get accessible. That is one of the part. Size of the product and machine. So we have seen that the machine size itself only is very small. So mainly this was designed for prototypes. The machines were narrowed down, or the machines size was smaller. Hence it limited in a product development also. The products which are getting developed are also of a small in size. So there is need of flexibility of building larger product from these machines. Budget of the machine, or price or costing of the machine. At present, because of the technology which is patented, or because of the technology which is used in case of additive manufacturing, the price is very high. So on purchasing by average machining industries or average industries is not so feasible. So it is only those institutions where R&D or research and development work are there, they are able to afford these machines. Hence usage of these machines on average basis is one of the limitation or disadvantages of additive manufacturing. Coming to the skills part. So for these machines to operate, we require a skilled technician or operators. Need is during the initial stage and for after the post processing. The operator should have additional skills for operating these machines. So these are the some of the disadvantages of additive manufacturing. Thank you. You can contact me at naveen.kalal@canaraengineering.in.